We are live.
Guys, I'm Joe, one further the CYBERNERDS.
And I'm Raven, your GS.
And this is our review of the Season 3 finale of Star Wars Rebels 0 Hour. But, before we get to it, we have a huge thank you to say to someone. Go ahead.
Indeed, so let me just do a little introduction over here. Let me just grab this piece of fine frame. We've got space there?
Yeah,
good. Right, a big shout out and a massive thank you to Vanessa Marshall and the whole
Star Wars Rebels
who made this possible for us. You want to talk about this, Joe?
Yeah, so basically, a few months ago, we dropped our Season 3 mid-season trailer, and, you know, it found its way to Freddie Prinze Jr. and Vanessa Marshall and everyone over there at Star Wars Rebels, and they really liked it. And, you know, they've sent us a poster signed by pretty much the whole cast and crew. You know, Sam Witwer's on there.
I love what he wrote there, Giving to the Dark Side. That is epic.
Anyway, it's got Sam Witwer, Freddie Prinze Jr., Vanessa Marshall, like the whole cast and crew, guys. We just want to say we really appreciate your support. Thanks for being part of the CYBERNERDS fam, and we love you guys. This will forever be part of Sith Temple, and it's gonna go on the wall, and you're gonna get to see it every single episode. But with all that said, let's get going.
We are live.
It's Raven, your GS.
Joe, one further the CYBERNERDS.
Well, first things first, I'm just happy we're back in the right seats.
Yeah, someone got things messed up.
I don't know what happened last episode.
Yeah, the force was a bit unbalanced.
Exactly.
Like when the Bendu gets upset. But yeah, so like, tell me what you think about this episode.
This episode actually felt very cinematic to me. Great finish. Couple of things that I didn't expect from it. I thought, you know, we would lose a lot more characters, but clearly that wasn't the case. So also the Bendu as well. Didn't expect him to have the reaction that he did. So
let's go positives. What are your positives for the episode?
My positive for this, the whole crew's still intact.
Okay.
No one died. I remember when we was watching, like, oh, do you reckon who's going to die? And no one died. So I'm happy the full crew's still there. I'm happy that this mission was concluded with everyone, including Sabine.
Yeah.
So the second part of it, Sabine got involved. So I was actually really happy about that. I think that's pretty much my positives for this episode. We did get to see other characters as well from episode 4. Some of the generals. So yeah, I'm pretty cool with this episode. Yeah,
like you said, had a very cinematic feel, and I felt like that just carried over from last week's episode, Twin Sons. That cinematic, you know, I think it had a big finish to this season had a big finish as well. Not as big as last season's, but I think that's just down to the different angle we was taking it. Like last season was very focused more on like Siths, Jedis, and that kind of stuff, and this season's been a lot more focused on the actual rebellion.
Right. And to add to that, he also had a feel to Rogue One.
Yeah. Like it definitely feels like Rogue One with the space battles and just the way like we're on the ground with the rebellion and stuff.
Which might explain why the way it finished.
Yeah.
Instead of a big bang, you know, it's kind of transitioned the mission as well.
Yeah,
to the next season.
One of my other positives is Grand Admiral Thrawn. Like through the majority of the season, Thrawn's been like dabbing at how good he is and how smart he is, but this episode shows how ruthless he is strategically. How like he's just a legit strategical leader. If it wasn't for one of his stupid admirals, they would have had a hands down victory.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy that he didn't like get killed in this episode. I'm happy that he's gonna live on to next season. And
but we did get, you know, a little snip of his ending.
So this is the thing. What I think with the Bendu saying that, oh, I can see your defeat. I feel like Thrawn is the kind of guy that is gonna do everything in his power to try and to make that not happen because it's been prophesized and like I don't know where that's gonna go, but I felt like they didn't just throw that in there for no reason. Like if he was saying that to Callus, I could understand, but Thrawn is so cerebral. I feel like that's going to play into the way Thrawn moves next season.
Plugging him in to survive and making sure things.
Yeah, definitely. My other positives, the space battles. I don't know if I already said that. This had some of the best space battles I've seen. Way better space battles than it did in Clone Wars. Like I don't think Clone Wars ever got to tactically in space. Like these kind of battles. They did have a couple episodes where they touched on it, but I thought they did a lot there with that.
Hey, and mentioning space, I don't think we've ever seen spacesuits.
Yeah, I think today Ezra had a spacesuit.
Yeah,
it was kind of weird because we've never seen one, but at the same time, I thought they should have just gave him the Mandalorian helmet.
Yeah, but the Mandalorians do look pretty sick as well. Like,
but I think they didn't because they just wanted to keep track, let everyone know that is Ezra.
That's Ezra over there. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So that's why I didn't think. That's why I didn't think too much of it.
But something new, something fresh.
It's cool. What did you think about? In fact, let's just go on to negatives. Did you have any negatives for the episode?
Negatives. I would say how what's his name? Missing his name now. Escapes.
Callus
escapes. It's a negative, but at the same time, I kind of it's a negative and it's a positive at the same time because I thought if anyone would leave this season would be him, especially after what he did. So,
you mean get killed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So after what he did, being the inside guy,
the double agent, and that.
It'd be like okay, it's pretty cool that he's going that way.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I understand that they can plug him in now into other things and being part of the rebellion. The guy that was on the inside now gets to plug more from the outside.
See, I'm going to jump on this as well because his escape was a negative for me. But his storyline throughout this episode I thought was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they didn't waste time with does Thrawn know or does not. First three minutes we find out, okay, Thrawn's on to me. They capture him, they torture him, and he's just there like about to watch the rebellion he's been trying to help get destroyed. But I like where he ends up with them, but I don't like how he got there. I said it during the episode when she was like, throw him out the airlock, and she sends 2 stormtroopers and they get in an elevator, and then I don't like it when that stuff happens. The reason I don't like it because it undermines stormtroopers. It makes stormtroopers just look so easy to beat.
But that's who they are. Like we've all known.
I get what you're saying. But he's got his hands handcuffed behind his back, and there's 2 of them.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like this is a man who's been on the inside, who's managed to pull all the strings from the inside without being caught until Thrawn came into the picture.
Yeah.
So he's smart enough. So all this time, while the general's too busy, looking at what's going on, and she's under pressure, especially starting to get into her head. So I'm pretty sure
Governor Prash,
right? Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he could be doing something on the side, like loosen up. Come on, he's a general. He's supposed to know these things, like these little tricks.
All right.
And obviously, him getting to her head is like, yeah, she's probably gonna throw me on Tom Sharp or just put me in a corner with these 2. Easy to take out. That's why I don't find it so bad. Like maybe they should have shown. Maybe it was good that they just left it like that. But to me, kind of like for his role, for his ranks, come on, he should be able to get out of handcuffs.
All right, cool. But like I said, it's still I didn't really like it. I saw it coming a mile away. Didn't really like it. One other negative I have that I think might shock a couple people is the way the Bendu was used in this episode. Like I didn't really like it at all. I mean,
why is that?
Because I like that Kanan went to the Bendu for help, but Bendu has been saying since he was introduced to this, we was introduced to this character that he's in the middle, and that he doesn't fight for light or dark, and I felt like he should have stayed that way. I don't like that Kanan,
he intervened.
I don't like that Kanan was able to
manipulate.
He did
feel that
to manipulate him into helping, not helping, because this was one of the saving graces of it. When I was like, nah, because Bendu comes attacks the bad guys, but also attacks the good guys.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, I would have liked them to escape Thrawn a different way, like, because there's one thing that Callus says on the ship. He says, or in fact Sabine says it. She says, "My friends make the impossible possible," and I would have liked them to do that themselves. That unit, those 5 characters, make the impossible happen instead of the Bendu, the Force came and saved us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a nitpick, but I felt like
it makes sense.
I felt like they should have went to the Bendu, and the Bendu says, "I'm not good or bad. I can't help you." Like, he
was so angry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Bendu should have empowered Kanan to go back and use the Force their own way to get out of it instead of relying on him. Do you know what I'm saying? Or when he should have went there to talk to the Bendu was just not there.
Like he's just a rock.
He's just a rock.
He's just completely ignoring.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that was one of my nitpicks for the episode. I don't even know. One of my positives as well. Sorry, I forgot. Was Commander Soto. Like, Commander Soto's been in Rebels for a couple seasons now. He makes the ultimate sacrifice. And I know you said we don't lose any characters. He is a side character. Like, at the same time,
I meant in the team, in the crew. Yeah,
I get what you meant in the crew, but I felt like his sacrifice was so legit. And I love the way he pulled it off as well.
We actually thought Thrawn was going to kill her.
We thought that Thrawn would end up blowing up his own ship to stop
just to make sure,
just to make sure that didn't happen. But they didn't take it that route, and I felt like Sato pulled
what Sato did. See, that's where I thought what's his name would do that.
What?
We were just talking about him. The general that got captured that was doing
Callus.
Okay, so that's what I thought he would make the sacrifice. He would make the sacrifice instead of Sato.
Yeah, man. But I thought, just altogether, I thought that whole sequence was good. Like, I actually I never really paid too much mind about Commander Sato until that moment when I was just like he made that sacrifice, and I was like, oh, yeah, I felt that. Like, even though you're a side character, I still felt it, man. So I felt like that was a good way for him to go out like a hero. Captain going down with the ship. That's what you got to do.
I'll tell you what I find intriguing is ship as well. I've never seen that ship before, so that's actually something I'm going to research. Because they have loads of vehicles, loads of ships. Like, you just there's so many of them that I actually want to start getting into it. Like,
guys, look, if you know what ship it is, jump in the comment section below.
Let us know.
And let us know, because I think even from our last few episodes, we've had so many comments. So many guys who are like so deep in the Star Wars knowledge. Look, guys, we're fans just like you. Talk to us. Jump in the comment section. What else? Like, what other thoughts have you got in the episode?
I'm pretty much just looking forward to how this is going to transcend to the next season. One big part was at the beginning when Kanan's talking to Ezra, and I actually thought, Kanan might not survive this mission, but by that particular conversation, and Star Wars loves doing these little things where later on it plays a big part. So I think this might be one of the last deep conversation these two will have, and then they might.
So you think
apart, go separate ways?
You think it's getting to the Obi-Wan Anakin stage where the master is seeing that the apprentice is good enough?
He's talking about, there's nothing else I can teach you. You've grown so much. Ezra, is talking about how, putting the Jedi stuff aside, how much he grew as a person, being a good person. So I think we're starting to get those little bits where, okay, things are starting to go separate ways between those two.
Yeah, I think it was actually a real emotional episode, and you got to say, even with the part where Kanan stuck outside of the base and Hera calls him and she's like, "Yo, come home, love," and I was just like, whoa, Hera really shows that kind of affection for kids. She does. It's sprinkled in if you watch the seasons. It's sprinkled in, but I like that it was a dire situation, and her being that emotional, kind of extended, shows everyone how real the scenario is, because she feels like she has to be emotional right now because she's worried about Ken, and I love that. Shout out to Vanessa Marshall, you're amazing.
Yeah, I mean, for that, she finds herself in a situation she's probably never been in. Yeah. And she's like, yo, if we're gonna go out, we're gonna be together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually find that quite funny because she said love. And that's not really an American expression that you hear every day.
Yeah.
More like a British one. Yeah. So I was like, oh.
G'day, governor.
That's something we can relate to.
See you right, love.
Exactly.
Get me. But yeah, I really enjoyed the episode. I felt like it was a good way to go out. Really disappointed we can't be at Star Wars Celebration to see the first season premiere. They're probably going to be showing it as they always do at Star Wars.
I get reminded by that like every day. We get emails, and it's just like, why? Like, I haven't bought any tickets. Like, just stop sending me emails. Like, I'm not going to be there. It's just like it's taunting me. Like every day receiving emails. You know, tickets are still for sale.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, it's still stuck in London.
It's crazy, but guys, look, let us know what you thought of the finale. Write in the comment section below. If you're going to Star Wars Celebration, let us know about it. Let us know what you've got planned for Star Wars Celebration, because we're big fans and we want to know everything too. So, other than that, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and all that other stuff. Check out our brand new website, CYBERNERDS.com, for all things Sith Temple. And I'm Joe, 1/3 of the CYBERNERDS.
And I'm Raven, your GS.
And we'll see you on the next episode.